Hey y'all, Southern Sunflower here, back with some more Obsidian Flames, and today for this video I have our first booster bundle. I did already open one booster bundle for this set. I tried to record it, but my camera was not cooperating, and I hate it because I did get the Cleffa Art Rare. Very stoked about getting that. Even though I might not have gotten it on video, still happy to have it. It's a great card, beautiful card. Definitely big chase card for this set. Oh my goodness. All right, fine. Oh, I ruined the box. Oh well, I've got more. It'll be all right. I'll live. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. So let's see. All right, booster bundle. Hopefully this video will work out. So we've got 6 packs. I know I kind of go on for a long time in these videos, especially when we encounter art and a story that has not been told, art that has not been seen yet for this set. But I think we've gone through quite a lot so far, so maybe this video won't take as long, but we'll see. All right, I can't get enough of the cards in this set. But let me give y'all the code. There we go. Let's get rid of this energy here in the back. And we're starting off with a trainer card. The trainer cards have been treating me very well in this set so far, but I don't spend a lot of time talking about trainer cards. Cryogonal, we have seen it. Definitely an interesting expression on Cryogonal's face, but it's blending in too much with the background for me. Togepi. I can't remember if we've talked about this card or if this was in one of the videos that got lost, that got messed up. Absolutely adore this Togepi, a real plus for me. I love that Togepi is so tiny, tinier than the tulips in this picture, and I love the color of this card. Absolutely adorable. Bonsly, it's great to see Bonsly back in action in this set. All right, here we go. Here's one that I have not seen so far, opening Obsidian Flames. So Skarmory, interesting style for this card. Setting-wise, let's start there. Skarmory flying through the sky, but the setting doesn't seem to really be anything to write home about. So I think I'm going to have to give the setting, I'll give it a check, only because I think the style is really helping it out. I do like it. I'm going to give the style here a plus. Story-wise, fine. All right, maybe Skarmory has just taken flight, maybe trying to get its next victim, its next prey. So I'm going to give that story here a check. Ooh, look, Trio. Have not seen this card yet, and I like this style. It's another underwater card. And those can be real hits or misses, but a lot of the water cards of this set are real hits for me. I love this detailing here on this card. Definitely got to give the style here, the simplicity of it, and some of the depth going on with the shadows. Absolutely a real plus for me. I like the setting. We have this deep blue abyss. It just gets darker and darker as you go further and further into this card. I like the rocky setting for Wugtrio here, so I'm going to give the setting here a plus as well. Story-wise, not a whole lot happening, so I might just have to give that a minus, but style and setting, absolutely perfect. Underwater scenes are so great in this set. Darmanitan. All right, we got Darmanitan in action, and it's kind of hard to get a read on the angle of this card here. That's kind of interesting. So the setting, maybe it's kind of intentionally confusing in terms of its perspective. I can work with that. So I think I'm going to give the setting a check here. Style-wise, it's fine. I do like the depiction of the flames here, the fire. I almost wish Darmanitan's, I guess we would call them, his eyebrows almost kind of carried that same look as the fire for his I'm guessing this is going to be his counterpunch or either his heat blast. I think I'll give the style just a check. Story-wise, it's fine. It's appropriate. Darmantan in action, upset about something. So I'll give it just a check here. But going on, Melton. Haven't seen this one. Melton seems to be in his element, but the setting here, let's talk about this. Almost kind of looks like an oil field. Yeah, is this supposed to be like an oil field in the background? That's kind of bleak and dark, that the Pokemon world is still relying on oil. And then Melton just so happy about it. Melton, how can you endorse this? Huh. Interesting. And I like the outline on Melton here. The style's fine. I'll give it a check. The setting is definitely interesting. I think we're going to give this setting a plus here. I think it's interesting to set it in what seems to be some kind of mine, I mean, it really does look like an oil field. Story-wise, Melton being happy about it, I'll give it a check. Definitely a unique card going on. And Amoonguss, I have not seen this card yet. I do like the style. I like a lot of the color. I like the purples in the sky. Maybe some purple mountains going on here. I like the darkness of the brush, and I like a lot of the shadow. I like the shadow that's being cast over Amoonguss's eyes and kind of his mouth here as well. Kind of making Amoonguss look a little bit intimidating. So I think the style and the setting is really working for this card. I'm going to give both of those a plus. And story-wise, I think I'm going to give it a plus as well. Amoonguss does look intimidating. He's in our path. And I don't think I want to continue on this path. So good card. All right, and Togekiss. We've got this Togekiss before, like the star pattern in the background. So let's see, hits for this pack. Definitely the Amoonguss and definitely the Togepi. But let's keep it going because we've got a lot more cards to get through. And hopefully we can start kind of flying through some of these. Oh, code. And I actually saw a post today that some of these Obsidian Flame packs actually have codes for Pokemon 151, which is kind of crazy. Wouldn't it be interesting to find some Pokemon 151 cards in an Obsidian Flame pack? Wonder what's going on there. Togedemaru, I like this. It's got a vintage look going on, kind of like a vintage postcard look. Love it. And I love the setting here, the tropical setting for Togedemaru. We would find him in the Alola region. Definitely going to give this a plus and a plus for the style and the setting. And Togedemaru is very happy in this card. Happy to be here. Happy to be at the beach. I'm going to give that a check. I like that card. All right, Greavard. Have not seen this style of Greavard yet. Shibuya, you can't go wrong. I'm a sucker for a Shibuya card, so I'm going to give that a plus. Setting is absolutely appropriate. It's kind of trippy here as well. Got to give that a plus too. Story-wise, I don't know what's going on. But I think I'll just give it a check here for the story. But definitely love this card. A lot of Lechonk cards in this set. I like the story being told. I think Lechonk is very spooked in this card. I'm going to give that a plus. Setting, nothing to write home about. I'll give it a minus. But the style, definite check territory. Togemi, can't go wrong. Adorable card. Talked about it. Lunatone. This was in one of my lost videos. I prefer the Solrock to the Lunatone, but style and setting, absolutely a plus and a plus. But the story here for me is a minus. And if I can pull the Solrock, I will tell you why. But love this setting. I love a lot of the color work going on here. I like this winter theme that we have here as well for Lunatone. So very, very visually interesting, this card. Dartrix, all right, so have not seen this one either. The setting, interesting, kind of the dark colors, definitely varied in the background. I like a lot of the leaves that are falling. I like this style. I'm going to give the style a plus. I think I'm going to give the setting a check. And I do like the action going on here. We are about to get attacked by this Pokemon. I think I'll give it a check. Well, actually, no, I'm going to give that story a plus. I'm digging the action here. I'm digging the claws coming at us. Oh, I love this Oinkologne. I don't really like Oinkologne a whole lot as a Pokemon, but this card really does Oinkologne justice. Oinkologne is so content here. Beautiful sunset in the background with these pinks and these yellows, perfectly going with the color scheme of Oinkologne. You know, the yellows and the pinks, and you've got the pink flowers. It's just all coming together. This is a real plus, plus, plus kind of card for me, really elevating, in my opinion, a Pokemon like Oinkologne, really doing Oinkologne justice. So we're a real winner. All right, Poltegeist, love Poltegeist. I think it's so silly. Setting, it might be kind of hard to see on camera, but I like it. Looks like Poltegeist might be crashing a wedding here, a little bit of a wedding crasher. So plus for the setting. Style's fine. I'll give it a check. And story, I think it would be interesting to have a party crashing Poltegeist. Maybe unbeknownst to Poltegeist, he is there. So I'm gonna give that story a plus. Zigzagoon, this card, I mean, it's fine. But honestly, this is one of those rare minus, minus, minus cards for me. I like Zigzagoon. The Pokemon, don't get me wrong. I especially like the Galarian Zigzagoon. But this card, in terms of its story, its style, and its setting, it's not a real standout of this set. And then we've got Scovillain. All right, pulled this one before. Definite winners here of this pack. For sure, Oinkologne. And I do hope I can pull the Solrock here soon, so I can tell you why I prefer the Solrock more. But let's get that out of the way. Greavard, real winner, and loving this Togedemaru. Absolutely. So, great pack. Let's see what else we can get. Alright, so this is our third pack of our booster bundle. Alright, let's see. Code. Energy. All right. Ooh, Dolliv. Love this Dolliv. I love the sun shining through these sunbeams going on here. Kind of a photorealistic look. So I'm going to give the plus to the style. The setting, I mean, it's appropriate for a Pokemon like Dolliv, but the sun's really kind of elevating that setting. I like kind of how out of focus the flowers are, and in focus Dolliv is. So I think I'm going to give the setting just a check here, though. Story-wise, I like the posing of Dolliv. Dolliv seems a little confused about something, and I'm wondering what that is. So I'm going to give that story a plus here. Ooh, Tympole. I love this card. I love the movement of the water, the portrayal of the water in this card. Setting, absolute plus for me. Style, an absolute plus. And a story, an absolute plus. And it's all because of the treatment of the water in this card. Some really great water art in this set. Gotten Surskit before. Numel, we've talked about it. Ooh, Stoutland. All right, have not seen this one yet on this channel. Seems fine overall. I think Dolliv definitely, when we're talking about sunshine and sun coming in on a Pokemon and a card, I think Dolliv is a real standout. Stoutland, it's fine overall. The style, give it a check. Setting, I'll give it a check. I do like a lot of the flower work going on. Story-wise, not really doing it for me, so I'm going to have to give that a minus. Ooh, Frogadier. Some interesting action. Another one that looks almost photorealistic. But I don't know if I don't prefer that Dolliv just a little bit more. But let's see. Style-wise, I'm going to give it a plus. Setting, I think I'm just going to give it a check for this card. And story-wise, I'll give it a check as well. It's fine. Ooh, Drampa. All right, so a lot of crazy movement going on here and action going on here in this card. Oh, I see. Okay, that's coming out of his mouth. Okay, I see what's going on, but kind of a lot of disjointed stuff on this card. Grandpa almost looks kind of like a CG Pokemon here. Is this CG? I think it is. Okay, interesting. Huh, okay. All right, I think we're going to give the style a check for this card. I like a lot of the action and movement. I like how upset Grandpa is. I'm going to give that a plus. Setting-wise, I don't know. The CG is not really doing it for me. It's kind of hard to look at. It's kind of hard to pick out like kind of any one thing. This almost looks like an AI generated background. So interesting choices there. Magnemite, love the electric action going on. I've talked about it. Doug Trio, have not seen this one. So interesting setting, appropriate for a Pokemon like Doug Trio. Visually, okay, interesting between the foreground and the background. I'll give that a check. Story, not much there. I'll give that a minus. And the style's fine. I'll give that a check. So let's see. Toxtricity, gotten that before. So let's move on. Man, all right, we got hollow foils so far. Let's see. Maybe we can get an art rare out of this booster bundle. And honestly, I've had more luck out of just the sleeved single booster packs. But let's see. Code card. Energy. Grass. Alright, so Numel. Seen it. Mawile. Seen it. Togedemaru. Gotta love it. Absolutely love that card. Grievered. Gotta love it. Ooh, Sharpedo, another good water scene, water card. Very scary, very intimidating, especially if you have a fear of sharks and a fear of water. Definitely being communicated here in this card. The water gets darker and darker. I do like that setting. I'm going to give it a plus. Style, the way to water, excuse me, the water looks on Sharpedo. Definitely great. I'm going to give the style here a plus. Let's talk about story. I am absolutely terrified. Sharpedo is very intimidating in this card, so I'm going to give that a plus as well. All right, Espeon, talked about this card. Floatzel. This is another one where the background, I don't know, it's not really doing it for me. Definitely doesn't seem appropriate for a Pokemon like Floatzel, and the style here is not really doing it for me either. Might have to give both of those a minus. Story-wise, though, Floatzel looks like he's waving at somebody. He seems happy. He seems happy to be there. So maybe I'll give that a check. I wonder who he's waving to, who he's so happy to see. And, oh, then we get the Buizel. Now, the Buizel definitely liking it more than the Floatzel here in this card. I'm digging this style. Definitely like it. Another great underwater card. I got to give that a plus. And I like, you can kind of see the current in this card. I like the movement of the flora and fauna here of this card. So I'm going to give the setting a plus as well. Story-wise, Buizel, he's looking for something. And I wonder what he is looking for. And he looks determined to find it. So I'm going to give that a plus as well. All right, trainer card, town store. And then we got another Scovillain. All right. So let's see. Any art we haven't encountered yet? Any stories that haven't been told? Code. Energy. All right, Nose Pass. Don't think I've seen this Nose Pass yet. I'm digging the setting here. Kind of a darker setting, almost kind of like a haunted house vibe. I'm going to give that a plus, but does that work for a Pokemon like Nose Pass? Let's talk about the story here. Nose Pass seems happy. You've got these flowers that kind of give it a lighter tone, but what's going on with like the spooky house in the background? I don't know. I think I'm going to give that a check here in terms of its story and style. It's good. I like how Nose Pass is portrayed. So I'm going to give that a check for the style. Ooh, this Litwick card. This is nice. Definite plus for the style for me. I definitely like the setting here, appropriate for Litwick. I like these kind of, it's not a stained glass window, but it's definitely got some of that gothic architecture elements going on. Story-wise, I'm just going to give it a check though. So setting's a plus, style's a plus, but the story I'm going to give a check to. Audino. Now this is a good story. Audino holding an egg, looking after it. Audino's looking very cozy. So story a real plus here. The setting's interesting. A very cute room, cozy room that Audino is in. I'm going to give that a plus as well. And I do like the style. I'm going to give the style a check for this card. Charmander, have not seen this one. So lots of action. Charmander defending himself potentially. Let's talk about setting. You can't really see a whole lot in terms of the setting. I'm gonna have to give that a minus. Style wise, I might have to give that a minus as well. It's fine. Story wise, I will give that a check. Charmander definitely seems like he is freaked out by something and defending himself. Chandelure, awesome. Love this card. Can't remember if I've talked about this on video. I believe I have, but this artist definitely has a very distinctive style that I always give a plus to. But again, we have another centered, front and center, staring straight at you Pokemon that kind of detracts from the story. So I have to give that a minus, but style plus. And I think the setting's interesting. Kind of having this polar setting is interesting for a card like Chandelure. I'll give that a plus as well. Patrol Cat, Blossom, we've seen it. We've seen this Buizel, good to get it in reverse holo. Froakie, absolutely adore this card, love it. And Palafin, Dolphin Man. All right, so last pack. Let's see this booster bundle. We got some great art, but let's see if we can't get any what most people would consider to be hits. So here's our code. Here is our energy. All right, so let's see what we can get. I don't have a whole lot of hope. I treated this box badly, and now this box is treating me badly. All right, I've seen this one, Dratini, cute underwater card. Oddish, I don't think we've seen this one. Definitely meh overall for me. This is kind of a minus situation here. Swablu, haven't seen this one. I don't like a lot of these open area settings from the video game that seem to be incorporated into a lot of these cards. And maybe it just has to do with the style of the games overall and some of the graphics of the game overall. That kind of turned me away from the Scarlet and Violet games. So this is another minus card for me. Swablu is not looking too great in this card. Setting, yeah, I'm not really digging the setting, and that might just be my biases coming out in terms of my criticism of the actual games themselves. And story, it's kind of bland. Swablu kind of has no expression on its face. Man, this pack. Wishcash, though. I like this. Okay. All right, we've got some interesting stuff going on here. So Wishcash. I like the setting. All right, I like a good water setting. I like the lily pads here. I'll give that a plus. The style is fine. I'll give it a check. But I like the story, all right? Wishcash has this very interesting expression on its face. I like it. I'll give that a plus. Floatzel, talked about this, seen this. Umbreon. All right, this is the first time that I've pulled this Umbreon. And I know this is going to be controversial. I love the setting. I love the story. But the style, it's a good style. Don't get me wrong. And I love the expression on Umbreon's face. Umbreon sitting above water. You have the full moon reflected in the water. You can't go wrong there with that setting. The style, again, is perfect. But something about Umbreon's head, I don't know. You know what? It's not a criticism. It makes Umbreon look very alien. And Umbreon kind of is kind of a spacey Pokemon. So you know what? I will give that actually a plus. It works. This card works. I definitely prefer it to its Espeon counterpart in this set. Mawile, seen it. Togedemaru, ooh, happy to have the reverse. So that means Thundurus. All right, so, whew. Well, in terms of hits, not a whole lot, but in terms of art, there's some really good stuff going on. So thank you for bearing with me through that video, and I will see y'all later.